Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, July 6th, 2017. Can you believe all this junk was inside Lil Blue II? This tiny little minivan camper. Yeah. Got all this stuff and even more. I mean, I got my chair that I took out, which I'm sitting on right now to rest. The old ECU, which I think still works. So, and I've cleaned out the storage underneath, the storage area. I haven't cleaned everything out. There's still more junk in here. So, I am planning on finishing up prepping Lil Blue II for full-time living again. And that's why you see all this stuff out. Look at this. There's all sorts of junk everywhere. Getting ready to go through and discard or store items that I don't need for full-time living in the van. So it's going to take me probably another couple hours to get all this sorted and straightened out and organized, because I don't want to just toss it back in. The good news is this. I was able to find this cheap butane stove that I bought from Goodwill for $3.99. It's a butane stove, which, oops, I got it upside down here. It's a butane stove cooking system, which will allow me to cook out at the Yurt. I am actually, believe it or not, going to be leaving this at the Yurt for anyone who comes here and needs to use it to cook. I do not think anyone should have an open fire outside in the Yurt over there area, because it is full of stuff that can catch on fire, and you have the compound up in blaze. So if you're going to cook out there, bring a, if you're going to use this system here, bring a canister for a butane canister. You know, I think they look almost like a paint can. They go in here. So I'm planning on buying a butane cartridge today, and then we're going to set this up at the Yurt and test it out. This is like a unit that I think is brand new. It looks brand new. I got it from Goodwill for only $4. I think new in the store they're about $20. So a butane canister, and we're going to do a Cooking with Denoy episode at the Yurt. 2 hours later, everything is back in the van, except for the items I'm taking to the Yurt. Some permanently, some temporarily. But I've managed to sort through things. I have not gone through everything. Some of it I just stuffed into bins and stuffed back into the van. But it's organized now. I have my tools easily accessible. I have the bed straightened out. The stuff still needs to be somewhat straightened out, but at least it's somewhat organized. Things are strapped and where they need to be. Everything has a home. So everything is where it belongs. I haven't fully cleaned or anything, but the van is actually about 90-95% ready to go, which makes me feel really good. This piece here had broken and was dirty. I cleaned it and I'm preparing for the onboard kitchen net, mini kitchen, front kitchen area. The rear kitchen I haven't really used, so I've kind of disassembled it and I'm using this as storage. But this shelving can be pulled out for me to put the rice cooker on here and cook back here when need be. I shifted it up so that I would have room there for the toolbox and whatnot. And these drawers are mostly holding clothes, but I do have some food items back here, mostly emergency food. I'm not planning on packing as much food as I did previously, but I will plan to carry a couple days of emergency food in case I have to bug out in the vehicle somewhere. Mostly food that can be easily cooked and eaten while living in the van. The cooking system is back up and should be operational. So everything is looking good. Lil Blue II is almost ready to hit the road again. She's about 90-95% done. Just a few more minutes. I mean, she's ready to go right now. I just need to clean up and bring some other items from the Yurt back into here. And I'm ready to hit the road. whether or not I hit the road or not depends on several factors. The main one being whether or not I can afford to hit the road. I also need to stick around because now I have to do my court filings and wait for the response and then the court hearing date and show up for that. So I can't afford to miss that, or they will definitely be out looking for me. But I am really happy that the van is like ready to go. You can see the bed is ready. All I have to do is just hop in here. Decided not to use a pillow, but to bend the mattress, the foam mattress from Walmart, fold it on itself, and it makes a nice little puffy pillow here. So the system is a lot more simplified than it was when we started. It's also a lot more comfortable. Get out of my van. Anyhow, I took advantage of this time here, and this is the reason for having Camp Freedom 2 in the Yurt. It is a home base for me while I'm in Brevard County, and I do use it to do stuff like this, to work on the vehicle as need be. I checked all my fluids. Everything looks good. I've added water to the radiator, checked the oil, checked the transmission, checked the brake, checked the power. This is power steering and the brake fluid over there. So I've been checking everything, and everything looks as good as I can get it right now. I do need a little bit more oil, so I'll pick that up shortly. The ECU, this is the one Charles sent. It is still being used, and I'm still resetting it every so often, but less and less now. And the vehicle seems to be doing okay. Not perfect, but goodness, doing way better on gas mileage than it did before. I'm getting roughly about 270 miles per tank full versus I think I should be getting about 300 to 320 when the van's running really well. And when it was running really badly, I was only getting like 160 miles per tank full, maybe even 140. That was terrible. But anyhow, thank you, Charles, and thank you to everybody who made all your suggestions and helped out, and Charles especially for sending the ECU unit and cash to help with repairs and just staying alive. I think we are good. My antenna did break off, though. I don't know, probably from hitting all these bushes and stuff out here. So be prepared to take some damage in your vehicle if you come by. This camp is open to people, so you know how to Google it on Google Maps. So feel free to come by here if you need or if you're passing through and just want to check it out, or if you need a break, you just need a place where you can park and reset. Now, the water here, this is not drinkable, okay, but it can be used to put the fire out, and I use it to even shower with. But it's basically rainwater that I pulled out from the catchment system here. So you can use this camp. You can also use this bathroom if you need to. What else? Rocket stove is kind of falling apart here. It kind of burned through. Been using it in the rain and stuff. So I might need a new mailbox. Or maybe build another one. I might actually try to build one as a project for a video. So we'll look for that. You can see it's loaded up to go. That's because I plan on cooking here later. So I'm going to wrap up the vehicle, take the supplies back to the Yurt, take a quick shower, and then head off to the library to do all the legal stuff that I need to do. And then try to upload some more videos because I'm really got a huge backlog on video uploads. And I think that's about it. Main thing is just getting organized, getting things caught up, and the van is pretty much almost ready for live-in. And that means I won't really be stuck here at the Yurt. I can head out as soon as, as soon as the legal stuff's done. And my finances allow, and the situation with my wife and whatnot. Everything's still just in the air right now. But if I do hit the road, I probably won't be going very far. It'll be like around this area. Just maybe a short little day trip or something. But it's all dependent upon having enough money, for gas and food and stuff. Obviously, that's critical. And the other thing is trying to generate enough income that I can start child support back up to show the court that I am not, trying to skip or anything on payments. I'm just trying to catch up here. And in process of trying to get my income up. For those of you who have been tuning into the channel and supporting me by watching ads, clicking things when, you know, they're appropriate, when they interest you. I do appreciate it. I don't know if you can tell, the channel is on its way back up again. And if I can continue the present trend, we might be okay. Right now, it's not anywhere near what it needs to be, you know, a viable source of income. But it's helping. Every little bit helps at this point, and it's buying me more time. But with the changes that are occurring, I can see that the channel might be able to support itself and support me. Maybe not 100%, but at least enough to take the pressure off, and it might even be enough to pay child support. So if it manages to earn that much, then at least, you know, that issue is under control. Then the second issue is generating enough income to live off. So I will probably be working on the Way Too Cool channel some more as soon as I get a chance, and maybe shifting that channel. The problem is YouTube has reset their policy for monetization. You have to hit at least 10,000 views before you can monetize. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, because the popular videos get that kind of views. But when you're a new channel, the problem is even getting those views. Nobody knows about you, and people don't view your videos. This channel, I've been very fortunate because it kind of grew pretty fast, and I think the reason for that is the viewers. You guys are like awesome. I think I have some of the best viewers of a lot of the other channels, just because you guys are compassionate and have been very helpful. I was looking at the numbers and stuff. I don't know if you know socialblade.com. You can go there and kind of track what each channel is doing and how they're doing. And this channel has actually grown pretty fast. You know, we started the channel just a little over a year ago, and we're currently up to 3,300 subscribers. And for a huge channel, this is terrible. But for a van channel type, this isn't too bad. And not only that, the viewers on this channel are actually active. You guys actively participate. You comment. You give me thumbs up. You do all these things that help the channel to grow. Because when these things occur, YouTube tends to recommend that channel and the videos to other people who might be interested in it. And it is helping, so I appreciate it and want to thank you guys for doing that. I think numbers-wise, our ad to display ratio is pretty good. And I don't know if that's because of YouTube or just because the viewers on this channel are so good as far as watching things and interacting with the advertisements. Anyhow, some people had thought that I was going to completely stop doing van videos. I think... you know, well, I need to clarify that I am not. This channel is called Living in a Van, and it was created as a support or as a sister channel to the Facebook Living in a Van group and Living in a Van Facebook group. So the core of this channel is still Living in a Van. I know that some of you think that I'm living in a yurt. No, I've been building the yurt and fixing the yurt, and am getting ready to head out of the yurt. I've been using it here for the past week or so as a home base while I had to move all my junk out of the apartment, had to sort through things, get rid of things, put some stuff back into the van because it is going to become my full-time home again. The yurt, however, is a nice little refuge. It's a sanctuary that I can come here by myself, or I can even bring my children out here, which I did the other day, and you may have seen that on a previous video, or you might see it in an upcoming video. I don't know the sequence of what will get uploaded and when yet, but I bring my children out here and we hang out at Camp Freedom 2, which is nice. But now we can go hang out at the yurt, which I think is nicer. The yurt has amenities that you would have almost at a home. There's a shower, there's a bathroom, there's a kitchen, there's a little dining area that's shaded, there's benches. It's nice back there, and then there's nature. So, you know, the animals are all around. So I bring my children here. I also bring my wife, and I haven't brought her daughter yet, but it's a place for us to hang out while, you know, we're waiting to get our situation straightened out so we can get back into an apartment or a house or something more permanent. Meanwhile, we just need to make it through one day at a time and continue to press forward. I do appreciate you guys, and thank you very much for your continued support, words of wisdom, and prayers. Until next time, everybody, have a great day. With the yurt pretty much finished, and Lil Blue II fixed up and ready for full-time living again, I can actually hit the road again very quickly. Lil Blue II is about 90-95% done and capable of sustaining life. So her electrical system is still messed up, so I do need to upgrade the house battery system. But for now, this is kind of a kludge together system that has the existing AGM battery that I bought, but it's not that good. It's dying. I don't really recommend that that 12-volt AGM battery from Harbor Freight. I think the next unit I get, I'll just go with a simple straight RV type battery from Walmart. It'll be 100 amp hour. It needs venting, so that's going to be an issue I have to work out, or just leave it in here and just leave the windows open as I drive, you know, while it's charging. As far as I understand, it only releases like poisonous gases while it's charging, which means while I'm driving. So if I drive with the windows open and my back windows are always open, the air should come through and blow out any gases. So we need to upgrade that for full-time living. Right now it can be done, but I do have extra battery packs that I've pulled from various components just to keep it so that I can run the fan all the way through the night. This is the new fan that was purchased the other night when the old one died. I am planning on taking this one apart and pulling the cable and the switch here to use for the fan in the yurt. That way you can switch the fan on and off as needed. The fan at the yurt I am going to leave there for anyone who happens to be using the yurt to camp out. You just need to bring your own 12-volt power source, like a battery pack or something. I'm going to try to rig it so that you can have the switch inside the sleeping canopy, the tent that I'm leaving there as well. And some of you might be wondering why I'm leaving all these things that actually have value and could be used in my van. The reason is simple. One, in the 1 year that I've had the van and, you know, was traveling around and living in it, I didn't really use that stuff in the van because I didn't have time, or, you know, I didn't feel like it or whatever. So like the tent, I've decided to leave in the canopy where it can serve as a covering, protective covering while you are in the yurt to sleep. I'll go ahead and give a tour of the yurt here shortly, later before I actually leave. But you can actually bug out here and hide and just chill and stay away, you know, from society in the city if you wanted to. The main thing you're going to need, though, is food, water, and, you know, if you like the fan, electricity, which you probably do need in Florida. It gets hot and muggy here. The 12-volt fans make it possible to survive. Same with the van. I have some improvements for Lil Blue II since the last time we saw her. She now has, as you can see, a painted roof. That white stuff isn't regular paint. It is Cool Seal. I did an episode on that. If you haven't seen it, you want to see that. I do recommend putting, you know, if you don't care how your van looks too much, using this Cool Seal on your roof. I simply just got a brush or roller and painted it on. It's called Cool Seal right here. It's reflective roof coating. This one is colored white. I think they might even have a black one. But anyhow, this stuff isn't just regular paint. It's like kind of like a rubberized coating, and it actually works. The sun hits the roof, and the heat bounces right off. Now, it doesn't keep it completely cool, but I will tell you this: the part where the white is cooler than the metal part where the white isn't. So that will help to make the van not heat up so much inside. Now, the best thing to do when staying cool is to park under shade, obviously. But if you can't get under shade, having that white helps. Now, I do have my van constantly vented. The windows are always open, and you can see I have mosquito netting that I've installed in a previous build video. If you want to watch the van build series, you'll see how all this was done. But I do recommend that, and it's certainly making it more comfortable to be in the van because this thing doesn't have a working air conditioning system. I know Charles is offering to help me try to get it working, so if things settle down, I might go ahead and try to do that. It just depends on what happens over the next couple days and weeks, because I think working on the AC system, I don't think I have to disable the vehicle, so that might be something worth looking into if Charles is still up to helping with that. But otherwise, the system is almost operational. The kitchenette, it was really nice to have a back kitchenette because you can cook back here, but I found that I didn't really use it that much on the road because I was out stealth camping in the city, so I ended up having to cook using the front kitchen area. In a wild area like this, out here in the middle of nowhere, you can use this, and it's great because I have an overhead canopy here, or roofing cover from the sun, and I can bring this stuff out. And I do still use it. I can bring this out and set my little rice cooker back here, or if you have a propane or a butane cooking system, you can use it back here to cook. Now, a lot of people seem to think that I'm not aware of butane and propane cooking systems because I like to use electricity to cook. And the reason I do that is just because I'm generating electricity with the van while I drive it. So I use my rice cooker here pretty much to cook everything from rice to steak, to ribs, to fried rice, to whatever. Noodles, soup, whatever. The rice cooker is only 300 watts. And when I run it through my inverter and the battery system, I'm able to cook pretty much for free. It's not really free. We are burning gasoline, but it's a simple system that has worked, and I really do use it all the time, and I haven't really had too many issues. I mean, I've had issues with the wiring system and the switches and stuff, but I don't think that had anything to do with the fact that I was running the rice cooker. Although some people might argue that the ECU problems I've been having are related to this. I don't know. I do know that I'm still planning on using it, and matter of fact, I'm planning on upgrading my battery system. Now, the thing about it is when you're running a cooking system like this, you kind of want to turn the inverter on and cook and stuff when the engine is running. The reason for that is cooking uses a lot of electricity. It uses a lot of power. So you want the engine running, and the switch, you could have an battery isolator or whatever that can be switched on and off or whatever, but you want it, when I switch the switch on right here that I've wired to connect the vehicle battery system to the house battery system, it allows the alternator here in the vehicle. I'm going to explain it here. The alternator, right here, when it runs, it generates electricity, and that electricity goes and comes up to here. This is called the vehicle battery, and you can see that I've added some wiring here. I've added this little wiring with a 30 amp fuse in it. Well, that wire right there goes down to the switch right here. And right now it's off. And what happens when I turn it on, okay, there's another wire from the switch that runs out, of course, to my house battery system, which is in here. Right now it's just a little 12 volt AGM 35 amp hour battery from Harbor Freight, but it's kind of dead. So I'm going to need to replace it. So that's on my to-do list to make the vehicle fully functional, but it's usable for now. Anyhow, the power then goes from there to the inverter, and I wire the negative of the battery, and then which also is tied into the inverter and the battery tied in together. I wire that directly to the vehicle as ground. So when I throw that switch on, the vehicle battery, which is under the hood, becomes connected to this battery, which is the house battery, which right now is connected to all these other batteries, charging right now off the house battery. I can charge these other batteries using the house battery without using the vehicle battery. And I don't even have to have the system connected, because the house battery does hold a charge for a little bit, but it starts to drain really fast. So I have it drain into the these portable units that I've been using at the Yurt to run the fan, like this one here. This is a lithium ion 12 volt. I think it's 11.9 volts. But anyhow, I use it to run the fan all night, and it only lasts for one night. So this unit only lasts about 6 to 8 hours of solid continual usage to run a fan. And this one will not even run the fan that long. But this one here, and you can see it's fully charged. It just turned green here. I use it specifically to charge USB devices like my phone, my cell phone. So this will last throughout the night. It'll charge the phone with no problem overnight once it's green like this. So it's fully charged now. So I can unplug this unit. And it charges using the USB port here off my inverter, which is actually tied into the house battery. And this battery here, I don't know if it's charged or not. Let me see how much power I have. You can see it's 11.9, which is low. But I think that's the power level of this thing. So this thing might be fully charged. I'm going to leave it plugged in, though, so that it can charge some more while I'm driving. Because I'll switch the system on, plug it in, and connect everything and charge all the batteries at the same time. This little 12-volt plug right here goes to the fan right here, which is my lifesaver at night when I'm sleeping. Or even while I'm driving, I'll sometimes turn that fan on. And I highly recommend getting a 12-volt fan like this to use for sleeping and staying cool in the van when you're trying to live in the van. Like, say I just flip it on, like right now. You see it comes on, and it just blows such a nice breeze. I had experimented with the swamp cooler and all that, and while they work, I find that I don't really need it. Just the fan blowing on me at night is enough to keep me cool. And a lot of times it actually can make me cold. It depends on how it is outside, but the fan blowing on me makes me cool enough to sleep. And if I need to, I can also mist myself with some water. That's just regular water. Just sprinkle myself, spray myself with water. And the fan, when it hits me, it pulls the moisture off, and it cools you down by evaporating that moisture. So that's pretty much it. Just thought I'd give you a tour of the van, show you that it is nearly ready, and I might be taking some road trips. I probably won't be able to take anything big or long trips because of funding issues, but I might be able to take some minor little trips to nearby areas or some cool area if I stay overnight. It just depends on how much money is generated from the channel and whether or not I can afford to take those trips. Wanted to tell you some key things that you want to look at least once a week. Some of it you should look at when you pull over to stop somewhere at, to get gas, like the engine oil, maybe the transmission. But I just filled this up. This is my radiator fluids. You can see I put water in it as well as the antifreeze coolant. My washer doesn't work, so I'm not even going to bother with that. It's disconnected or the pump's not working or something, I don't know. It needs to be diagnosed, and I haven't had time right now. The engine oil, you pull out the dipstick and you check it. I'm not going to go on talk about that right now. Maybe we'll do it in a future video, but you can Google that or look on YouTube. People show you how to check the engine oil. You also want to check the transmission fluid and check your power steering and your brake fluid. And just take a look at everything and make sure everything looks good. Obviously, I've got leaks here, but that's all right. This engine has over 320,000 miles or more. So, for those of you wondering why I won't sink too much money into fixing this, that's why. She's got a lot of miles on her. So, we are about ready. And I appreciate you guys joining me today. I thank you for tuning in. And hope to see you guys on the road again soon. Until next time, everybody, have a great day.